everything and everyone is an unconditional communicator of pure, divine, unimaginable love. So that's where the biggest problem in our communication comes. We have a judgment call that communication should be only I love you, but communication from the universe 35% of the time is going to be I love you, but 35% of the time is going to be F you, and 35% of the time in nowadays is going whatever. So we are hooked with our expectation that the communication should only be what we think is positive. And we have lots of people going around with using their whole willpower to be positive, and it's good. It's really good. But when the positivity is born out of a repression, sometimes it may be good, and sometimes the person, I'm being good, but I'm still not being favored by the universe. The universe is still giving me a raw deal. And then at some point, all that stress of being positive at a cost of being stressed and down, putting yourself, etc., and your real emotions or whatever they might be, and then it can explode. So people can be together for 20 years, and the 21st year, all your repressed anger can come up, and that's how you have sudden murders happening with the tin pot and all that. Like one day, 20 days you have been cooking, and the 21st year you just cannot put up with the way the husband is eating, and you beat him on the head with it. And sudden, and it's a stress because for 20 years you have been repressing yourself, while all you had to do was to understand that it's your judgment that, oh, universe should be like this. I'm being good, and why is still God not noticing me, or something, or something, or something. So all communications and everything is going to be having three qualities: good, bad, and in between. And even these three qualities are a lot of times are our judgment call. This is good, but how can anything be good if it is making you stressed, or something is always going to be there which is going to make you happy, someone else stressed, or which will give you happiness and make others stressed, even just by the comparison game. So the thing is this, that communications are always there, and we are always being contacted and communicated with, and we are always in a state of communication. And I'm not talking about your cell phone and I'm talking about all our acts, or even our lack of acts, is a communication answer to the universe, to a particular set of circumstances through which our body is going through. So think of our body as a sand falling through something that we know as time. But time is only in your mind. When you're having sex, it's going to be happening faster. When you are reading Bible, it's going to be slower. So it's not really objective. So it's not a scientific. So point is that we are always in communication. We're always in a state where not we. Think of it the other way. Time is going through us, and we are always making a statement, a communication of who we are, what we are, and we are always in our communication of who we are and what we are always condemning ourselves for not being good enough. No one before dying doesn't have any doubts or doesn't have, oh, I should have done it like this, I could have done it like this. There's no one who, when leaving the planet, doesn't have this thing. I should have done this like this. I could have done like this. I should have done more. I should have done less. And it's okay to think like that because it motivates you. But when you are at a point of understanding where you see that you could not have done anything more or anything less differently, and you feel you don't have to take the stress and see everything in a positive manner. It helps, of course. All those Hallmark cards with their liver, like make lemon juice and all those things help. And they're good for children. But beyond a certain point, most of you are at least over 40. So you already know you're not going to be the president or prime minister of your country. So a huge load is already off. And your whole mission on the planet is to function within your body. And the body has got certain stories attached to it that you have to play out. When we landed on the planet, we took up a body, and this body has got some storylines attached to it. I have a storyline. I am an Indian, born in India. I had my parents like this. You have storylines, and you have got those parts. So everyone has got things that you can't change, and those are known as your karma. That's those the things for which you're answering. So I probably killed someone in the last life. So I was born looking like this and in India and all those things. But India, after some time, you start to realize, oh shucks, yes, I was born in India, and that carries a lot of load to it, especially when you're functioning. And I work in an office, and they're different things. But then it's easier for me to read Sanskrit because alphabetically it's the same. I don't understand all of it, but 20-30% it can make sense to. It's like you know Italian, and then you have an understanding of Latin. And in Sanskrit, the whole treasure of who we are is present. The whole treasure condensed in 4 or even 1 sentence is present in Sanskrit. So for me, it makes sense. You go through a lot of challenges, but it makes sense that 1 sentence is called the key, the mega, the grand statement, the one statement in which everything is. And it is reflected in 4 different mirrors, but it's the same. Aham, I am, aham, Brahmasmi. And Brahma is the God of Abraham, if you want to take it, but a God or a concept of God which includes everything and everyone. So a godliness which includes everything, all the communications, all that you have, and all the acts on the planet, everything which is happening and not happening, is all covered and powered by a grace of God. So even if someone on the road tells you F you, and you get shaken, means that this was for your benefit, so that you can react with equanimity of a blessing, no matter what, where, how, what is happening. And once you have got this thing, that everything is aham brahmasmi. Aham means I am, but not the I that the first thought gives you. Oh, I am in this body, and I already told you. We come to this body, and the problem with the world is that everyone is functioning at a body level. So all the ads are saying, buy this, buy that, and when you have bought me, then you will feel fulfilled. So no one is actually selling a car or cloth or anything or a house. Everyone is selling a statement or some wish, some vision, or some grand statement of yourself, some vision of yourself, some stereotypical image. You will have this Mercedes and then you will look cool. I met someone who's making minimum amount of money but had a new Mercedes, and I said, why? And it's like, oh, I'm a real estate agent, and yeah, but you haven't paid a lot of money for. Yeah, but it's part of my job. So we get caught up in these, entangled in these images that I have to be, and of course, everyone feels that they're entitled to it. So we keep spending more and more money on these toys. And these toys provide a support to the image of our body. And inside this body, we have a mind. And the mind controls us a lot. Oh, we see things, we feel that we are unfulfilled. We see things, we want fulfillment. So we have a desire for these things. And these things from the outside world make us feel incomplete. Someone has a better car, someone has a better place, someone, and we forget that each one of you and us has got a unique place, a unique value, a unique function in the whole of the universe. Only you, behind your body, and behind this mind which just keeps on flowing and asking for more and more things, there is an intellect. Intellect is nothing but a set of memories that we have from the past. This was good, this is bad. That's all. That's all that the intellect helps us. And beyond these three, beyond the body, body has got senses. Behind the senses, there is a mind which influences the senses also. You like something and your mind goes towards that and you want those things. And then there is an intellect which is more rational. If I have this, I will go happy or not. So body, mind, intellect, and then behind that is a spirit. And this spirit is also stages. When you call it my spirit, my soul, the moment you put it as mine, it becomes limited to your life, to your way of thinking, and it's not then the Brahma or the godliness, because the godliness is everything and everything. Unconditionally everything. The start, the finish, the middle. The good, the bad, and the medium. So all the three qualities. And for a person who is awakened, it's the categories are awakened, sleeping, and deep sleep. Three categories. So we are functioning in a world, but not as spirits. We are functioning as whatever your name is, whatever your age is, whatever your body story is, you're functioning at that. And then your communications is all based on your way of thinking, your intellect, on the number of words you know and all that. So your communication is always hampered by your image of who you think you are. And of course, you think that you are this person with this name and whatever the age is and whatever body is. When I say, how do you do? You're not going to say, oh, I am the eternal spirit called Brahma. You're going to sing, my name is this, and I'm undergoing COVID, and this is happening, and that is happening, and it's reasonable. That's the role. Think of everyone and everything as being a spiritual power, a power that is in a pebble also, a power that is in a tree also, a power that is inside you also, a power that is inside everything and everyone. Because everything which is created has got energy, and that energy which is everywhere and in everything, we have to trust it that it's divine, it is omnipotent, omnibeneficent, omniscient, all knowing, all powerful, and present everywhere, and beneficent. So we have to trust that all of creation. But we don't act like that, and rightly so. We are careful with certain things, we are not careful with certain things. We know our intellect says this is more danger, this is less danger, but everything which is present is created by the creator, the unmentionable, because all the qualities of God have got an anti-quality also. If you say God is love, then why was Jesus killed on a cross? Why did Hitler take over? Why was this happening, etc.? So we get into a play of the bodies, and but even Hitler and all the people in the camp, they suffered greatly. But everything, behind everything, is a spiritual power. However, people nowadays, we just take care of our body, mind, and intellect. We do things we try to take care of the body, we exercise, we take care of the mind, we read, we try to buy things to please whatever the mind says. The mind says, okay, go for a walk, we go for a walk. We try to pacify the mind as much as we can. And the mind is just a stream of thoughts. And then we have an intellect. We try to exercise that by doing something, meditation, and this and that, and everything. We do it so that our intellect is strong. And we do, most of us, do nothing for the real empowering power, the spirit. The spirit has got only one demand. The spirit has got only one demand, and that is to spread love, light, and laughter. Instead of living this whole life, money, 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 money. The more news nowadays we read, the more absurd it is. Everything is, oh, I made money, I lost money. So many people are nowadays asking me, oh, I'm going to be using crypto and all that. I need it. Can I invest in crypto? Can I invest in this and that, etc.? Do whatever. It's money. Money will come and go. But our assumptions are that money will make us happy. It's just an assumption. Even if you have all the money in the world and you use it all for yourself. I know a lot of millionaires, etc., who are the most, I would say, miserly people, because they will spend money, but only on themselves. They will never spend money on anyone to help them or something. They will spend money. They will spend millions on a car that they will think will make them more attractive to the opposite sex at the end of it. But they won't spend a penny on homeless. So it's we live in a time where the images that's being successful is money. Right now, everyone is, oh my God, Elon Musk, because everyone who trusted his Tesla concept, and Tesla is just a big toy, I told you, it's a big toy, electrical toy. Everyone who invested in it made sometimes over money. and he is investing in cryptocurrency, which is a digital currency, which is a new concept, and it's fake currency. The only thing good with all money is actually of conveniently supported by government usually. So every money is is supported by USA was used to have till Reagan came over and started economics. It was that the amount of dollar would actually backed by the cost of dollar by the cost of gold, which would be in Fort Knox. So there was a correlation, and then after that, now it's all governments have started to print as much, but it still relates back to the GDP. So the Indian rupee is weaker, the American dollar is stronger, Japanese yen is more stronger, Chinese currency is now getting stronger. So it still depends upon the economy and what is the GDP of the country. It's still relative, but cryptocurrencies do not have any as thing, and they are used. I'm an IT specialist, so they are used by the criminals. Ransomware, if you go to the dark web and you want to order even a person who is going to be a sexual slave, or you want to buy drugs, or you want to buy anything, the dark web is basically the other part, the not popularized internet. That's all that it is. Like on the internet, things are publicly. This is like only by invitation. So it is called dark. And it is totally criminal. From sex slaves, that I was surprised about, ranging to guns and anything that you want to, marijuana and pot and everything. And the whole thing with dark web is that you can only buy and sell on using digital currency. So you have to be having Bitcoin or one of those. So that is why it is becoming so popular, that dark web, which is offering all these criminal things, shady things, except only because that money is not supported by a government, so no government really has control over it. And it's between the criminal elements, and Elon Musk has like supported it. So whatever the maker of Tesla is doing is right, because whoever invested in Tesla and these electrical car toys it has made some money. So we start treating this person as Jesus. He's just a simple guy. Maybe he got lucky with the money, maybe he got unlucky with the money. And he actually, couple of times, I don't know how strategic is that he said, oh, I smoked, and then his stock went back, and then his Twitter, etc., was like his PR was getting involved because all the stocks went down because he admitted that he smokes, etc. And smoking, etc., is okay, but you will just drift through life. All the people who smoke, they just drift through life. They don't really achieve much, and then they really cry. They are the ones also who cry a lot that before death or after death that they could have done so much. Instead, they just did nothing. They showed in Hollywood all these good, happy-go-lucky and kind people, but it's not the reality. When you go to Vancouver, a person who needs a hit will do anything, including sell their own daughters and wife and mother and break into anyone's house or car for sure, etc. To steal a $2 cable for charging, they will break open your $500 windows. So, and that happens in all the drug hit places in Vancouver. I lived there, so it's not the drug, it's what people will do, and then they become wasted. Yeah, the life becomes wasted. And you can buy it because you have got cryptocurrency. And why is cryptocurrency going up? Because people like Musk, etc., their religion is money. And whatever you will focus on will become your priority, and you will get it. So if you will focus pot, or having a good time, or party time, party time, you'll have it. You will have it. And then you will find it that it was just a waste of the most precious resource on the planet, your life. So most of the people are now living for partying, for this, for that, for money, because money can get you the things which can make your body comfortable, can make your ego feel more important. But it is not your spiritual health. Your spiritual health comes only from one thing: serving others with gratitude. So in your life, if you have done enough for others, starting as a mother for your children, starting as a wife, or starting as a neighbor, starting as whatever role you're playing, and everyone, by virtue of being born with a body, is going to be having some roles. The moment you're born, you have the responsibility of a son or a daughter. Then you have got parents, and then you have got the society, which you haven't created, you haven't built these roads, etc. You are angry at society that sometimes the society didn't recognize you. But it also built the roads, and you enjoy the world and the order in which you have done nothing for it in this life. You inherited it. So you always have obligations for the parents who gave you life, always have obligation towards the society in which we live. And Canada, we pay 45-50% taxes, so really good. So even by going to an office, we are paying that. And then the third obligation is to the Brahma, the life force inside you. What did you do for the Brahma, the godliness inside of you? If our focus was on totally on body and things and money and sex and this, it's okay. But most of the time it happens at a cost of neglecting your spiritual. So people, by focusing on the other things, can be happy, because happiness is considered to be what? Going to Cuba and lying down on the beach, or lying down on the sand under the sun, etc., or eating sugary things, or rubbing your body with someone else's body and thinking this is the highlight of my life. So if that's what you think it is. Or taking drugs to drugs are mini suicides. So these are, we think that these are happiness, but this is just sense dullness or sense gratification only. And you will see around yourself all the people who have all tasted and checked out all the senses and have got all the sense that have got all the ways that the senses can be gratified. There are tons of billionaires nowadays. Because even if you have an old house in New York, you are a millionaire. Even in Toronto, if you have like a garage from your parents, it's almost you are a millionaire. But you are lacking in joy. Because only the health of the spirit, which is achieved once more by serving, is there. And how do you serve? By communicating love. And we are all the time thinking that, I go for so many interviews, and a lot of them really don't work out, and some do. It's a numbers game. But in an interview, when you're going, and all of our life is constantly full of interview-like places, because you're always defining yourself. We are always in a state of define. The clothes that we wear, the habits that we have, what we do, what we speak, it is all a communication with the higher self. The higher self being the universe, reflected as all communications in everyone and everything. So when we are communicating, if we communicate whatever our ego wants, ego being the sense of my name is this, I have this body, and I want this for my happiness, then that is an ego-driven request. And your communication is going to be very weak. Because the universe, aka the other people on the planet, will see it. And no, this is just for your ego satisfaction. Whatever you're communicating, it can be, you can be buying milk, or you can be asking for sex, or you can not be asking for a promotion, or you can be saying good morning, any communication, or you can be doing that. But if it is filtered and from your mind, I want this, and then you are talking, I want this job. And then the people who are interviewing, okay, you want it, but what's it to us? And then the interview takes a nosedive. So you have to be always, part one, today's lecture is about communication and self-confidence. So communication has always got to be, you have to be talking with the universe, and the whole of the universe is everything and everyone around you. In a state of, oh my Lord, the Brahma that is inside me sees the Brahma. Brahma is the conditional name for the infinity of love. That is the true representation or the closest representation of God. Infinity of unconditional love. And you are now not communicating, but you are in a state of communion via your communication of, oh my Lord, what can I do for you? Instead of, how can I, what's in it for me? How can I be happy through our communication or our interaction? It's got to be, what can I do for you? Whether you are with your husband, neighbor, or son, anyone. And that is going to create a communication channel, which is going to be a flow of unconditional love in both ways. Think of it like this. Do I look like anyone who is really smart or this or that, etc., who has achieved it? No. And why should I? But right now when I'm communicating, am I concerned about three hair being here, or what my looks are, or what this is, or that is, or how am I being represented? No, you know that. If you wanted to look at better images, there are tons of them on the, or you wanted to be hearing more pleasing voices, tons. But the key is that we are both, you and me, we are both in the same communion line, not even communication, communion line. So it's a flow of clarity. Another term for unconditional love, because clarity leads you to unconditional love. Flowing between us. And I'm not looking for it, oh, I want this or that, or I need to give you this, or I need to sell you this, or this is what, because all of sales is based on this, that, oh, you're incomplete. Spend $5 on this one, $50, 500, 2,000, whatever. And then you will be complete. A lady I know, she got an appointment and they sold her, oh, it's a free appointment and we'll do this. And then said, oh, you have got hidden, every person of around 35 or everyone has always now got these, something, everyone thinks that their face has got something more could be done, and they said, oh, for 2,500 we'll give you mini botox and all that. And the person almost bought it. And then it but doesn't have the money for it, but how? So the thing is that everyone, all her boyfriend and etc., try to convince her, no, that you're really good looking, you're young and all that. But that other guy had done his job. He had created a fear that you have got. So all sales is based on creating a fear. But so that's general weak communication, that in which people create a fear in the other to be able to sell some point of view or something. But this is pure communion. So because the message is more important than my puny self. The message is very simple. You always need to be confirming, Lord, what can I do for you? And the Lord is going to be hidden inside the sales clerk who is selling or something, or your husband or wife, or whoever is in your periphery of life, whoever is you are interacting with. You have to be saying this in your mind, Lord, how can I serve you? And if someone interacts with you and steals $5 or $10 or $500, it's okay. Not a big deal. Because the other person maybe manipulated the source, the thing, whatever was, and he stole more love or attention or something he got more that you wanted to keep for yourself. But be reasonable. But if that's what happens, because communication will also lead to someone getting more and someone getting less of something. It can be attention, it can be energy, it can be money, it can be anything on the planet. Because communication means that there was a need for you to be in communion, and there's a flow of something have. So someone talked with you, and then you ended up spending $10 or spent $500 on charity, or $2,000 you had to pay, or you ended up losing 10 minutes of your life to listening something. It doesn't matter. If you would think that, oh my God, I lost it, or I gave it, I interacted and I lost it, 1 minute I could have made so much amount of money, or I invested this, you're still not there. In communion, instead of being in communication, be in communion when you are a giver of unconditional love. And if the other person manages to take something away from your personality, money, attention, sex, relationship, whatever, what's it to you? What's it to you in reality? When you are operating as a spirit, you don't need money. That's where the biggest thing is. You don't need any ego assuagement. You don't need the other person. Oh, what a great person you are. Oh, now I appreciate it. Now I love you. You don't need nothing. So, if you need nothing, then what you need is the fulfillment of your mission on the planet, which is to give unconditional. You say thanks. So that is how you're going to be communicating. You are perpetually in a state of communion, exchanging a flow of love, and you are giving whatever you can give to the other person to make the other person as happy, as joyous as possible. And your win, it may be an interview you went and they didn't accept it. I go to so many interviews, I get rejected all the time. But I can conduct this communication thing because of the second factor that I'm going to be explaining. So when you are in communion, then you are a giver. Okay. So you don't really expect anything except the gladness, the joy of being a participant in the dance of communion with the other person. If the other person says, I just don't want to be dealing with you, then the dance, there is no dance. So all interactions are dances, and all dances are joyous dances. And the end result may look like, oh, you feel sad, and the other person came to your life for 1 year, 2 years, or left, or didn't leave, or whatever. Whatever happened, you have to accept it as a grace of God. Thank you that there was communion, and okay, I lost this. Or rather, instead of loss, I had the opportunity to present this to the universe via the other person. Thank you. And then you are at peace, and this communication, communion line is possible only when you recognize yourself as a spiritual power. A spiritual power which is locked in a body, has got a mind with various thoughts running around it, has got an intellect, this is good, this is bad, judgment calls, but is actually not. It's just a watcher. And think of it that the watcher is behind the two eyes, below the crown of the head, right in the center of the skull. So as I say Om, imagine the symbol of Om, which is like a 3. When I say Om, have an explosion in the pineal gland, which is right in the center of the skull. And as your head cleans up, oh, we are all going to be working with everyone. This is a group session. So, Liz, we wish her and we bless her. That's our communion and that's our communication channel. Right from our pineal gland, we communicate with Liz's pineal gland. And we send her a blessing, and the blessings go as a burst, as an explosion of pure joy in which the person discovers who they are really. That's the true communication. We are communicating, and in communion, spreading the clarity of who we truly are. And the group sends it to from our pineal gland, right in the center of the universe, where all the infinity of the universe is processed where? Behind the two eyes. So at that point, which is called pineal gland, just feel an explosion and wish it upon Liz also. Oh. And as the lights up, as the divine light in the pineal gland lights up in the center of the skull, what does the skull hold? All our memories, all our thinking processes are in the brain. So with the Om, all the brain cells are activated and washed in pure golden explosion of divine love and clarity. So that clarity induces each brain cell to be smiling. And we wish that upon Liz. Oh. 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 We wish it upon J. McCann, whoever GN is. Oh. And with her clarity, we also wish her upon so that she can let go of whatever happened. There is an uprootment in her life at the age of 28 years and 1 month. And 17 years and 9 months, there is a huge physical trauma in her life. And 24th year of their life, there is a conflict and stress. Conflict and stress. So 19, 24th, and 28 years and 1 month. Whatever was the stress points, she sees that now as blessings. When we see the upheavals in our life as blessings, then we are immediately relieved of the stress from those years that is still in our head. So we wish her, oh, oh. So from the light in our pineal gland, we wish to the other people who are also an extension of the same divine light that is known as Brahma. We see Aham Brahma, I am Brahma, but we see the Brahma which is including everything and everyone. We are in everyone's Lord's light, Brahma, and everyone is in our Lord's light, which is Brahma. Oh. Relaxing with Robin. Oh. So that whatever happened at the 39th year of life is now released. All the judgments. And 34th. Oh. 34th is a loss. Oh. Irina, the job is to send love from the center of our pineal gland, from the center of the skull, where the pineal gland is. When I say Om, imagine an explosion. Visualizez to zdrif jasnosti v tretjem glasu, v centre šestого čakra, padma puškaj, centre черепа. Om, там взрыв, мы осознаем, что другой человек является такой же Брахма, как мы продолжение их Брахма, и они продолжение нашего Брахма. И благословите. We are blessing stars. Enlightenment means giving unconditionally love to everything and everyone. So give and you are enlightened. Take and you are not so enlightened. For Laura it is love, so unconditional love. So bless her from your pineal gland in the center of the universe and your skull, which is the center of your universe, to her. And feel the communication bridge that we are connected to everyone on the planet. And everyone is connected to us. And we are in everyone's world and everyone is in our world. So that when you communicate, it's a state of joy because the left hand is communicating with the right, seeing that there is a heart in between, connecting everything and everyone that you thought was different is exactly the same. So wishing Laura unconditional love. Blessing Hal. The name and form are just conditionals. The divine light inside each one of us is unconditional. But to function as people, we send unconditional love to conditional parameters. The conditional parameters being name and form of the person that is being mentioned. But you see yourself in everyone and everyone in yourself. So that she doesn't have any feelings of being isolated. Jean. Gale. Vera. G. Preeti. Julia. Oh, personal and professional issues. And explosion of pure joy in the center of the skull. Oh, oh, Neela. Oh, oh, Zhenya. Oh, oh, Marina. Oh, Rosa. Oh, Aksan. An explosion of clarity. We wish upon us, we bless others, and others also bless us. Everything is a dance. So everything is not communication. Communication means you are in touch with someone other than yourself. But as a spirit, you are everywhere and everywhere is inside you. And that everywhere is locked up inside your pineal gland as memories. So when you get enlightened, each and every memory in your skull gets colored with a golden light of the presence of the Lord in everything and everyone that has happened, will happen, is happening. So that you see and become aware of your spiritual power. And this spiritual power is beyond your body. It's not your body's energy. It's not your mind, which has got just thoughts from here and there. And it is not your style of thinking, all your judgments of good and bad. Whatever is left is this creation energy from infinite time flowing right now through this finite body and working in a prison of your body, working in a prison of the way that your mind works, working in a prison of how your intellect judges. But in a pineal gland right now, you are freeing yourself. You are becoming free of time, space, and we can then touch and be in others and let others be in us, because Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi, means I am the infinite love. I'm not this body. I'm not this mind. I'm not this intellect. I'm this infinity of love flowing through this body and flowing through everything and everyone. And everything and everyone is in me and I'm in everyone. So now when you communicate in a state of communion. Oh Lord, I am you and you are me. I belong to you and you belong to me. And all this teaching that I'm saying is encapsulated in the magic of the holy words. Oh, Ameen, Allah, and the whole explosion in your pineal gland is coloring with golden light all your memories of past, present, and future, making your heart open up like a lotus, making your wings of confidence open up. Your communication becoming a communion with God in everything and everyone is opening your wings, because your heart, when the head has got no heaviness, and you see your life as being a grace, then your heart opens unconditionally. The heart which is, oh, I need more love, I need more things to be happy, I need that, and all that is washed out. Then your heart opens fearlessly, like a child's golden lotus heart. When your mind is not closing it with some thought. I need this, I need that. No, maybe there's a God, maybe there's no God, or this need that. And all those thoughts are washed away from the external world that you need something to make you greater. You already are a great power, functioning through a limited body. And now you have the clarity of the infinite love in your head that opens your heart. When the heart opens, then you get the confidence. Oh, I am a spiritual power, so no one can hurt my ego, my body. In reality, they are come and go. If someone hurts my body, well, not really a desirable outcome, but like Jesus, so be it. Would a book called Jesus Bible be have written about Jesus if he had been cursing on the cross? No. He said, forgive. So you have to choose. And you choose an open heart because that is the only joy on the planet where you serve with an open heart. Focusing right now once more from your pineal gland to the pineal gland of the other people. An explosion of joy in your head and in the other, because that's what you are communicating in a state of communion. Oh. Heidi. Oh. Ira. Oh. And your head, each one of you has got that effect of the halo effect. And then your heart opens. Om Namo. Heart opens as a Namo. And Shiva, you radiate love. As you radiate love, that's your true communication. Whatever you say, you have to do it in the spirit of Om Namah Shiva. You have to do it and communicate in a state of, oh, I see the Lord in me, sees the Lord in you. How can I serve you? That should be our basic communication in everything and everyone. Even if on the mouth level we'll be saying, oh, how much do I have to pay you, or this or that, or good morning. But from a heart level, the communication, oh my Lord, how can I serve you? And then whatever happens, happens. And when you are communicating at a level of spirit, then the spirit gives you the confidence, because now you're not, as long as you are going to be this body, it will have an up and down. It will have days when you will have good, bad, your mind is like this, the sun shines, the sun doesn't shine. But when you are operating and communicating as a spiritual power, and your main mission is to be self-realized via serving others. So you're working as a spiritual power. You're using your body, mind, and intellect to serve others. No matter what happens on the planet, you are now seeing yourself as an unconditional wave of pure divine love and grace meant to serve others. Then whatever body story is having, you're going for an interview, you're asking for love, you're asking for food, or you want to eat food, or you want to have sex, or you want to have money, or it's all okay. It's just you see it as a play of the body. You see it as the play of the body, but you do not identify neither with the body, neither with your thoughts, neither with your style of thinking. You trust the magic of the universe. So you function as a spiritual power of pure grace and love, spreading love unconditionally, without looking for, oh, I spent for you this much, now I spent this much on the children, now I want them to love me. Oh, I did this for my lover, now the lover should do this, etc. Nothing good. Just the fact that the other person has allowed you to communicate, be in their life, you are blessing them and they are blessing you. And this leads to pure joy, joy that takes you beyond the egoistical happiness Oh, I will have this drug, then I'll be happy. I'll have sex, and then I'll manipulate this person, then I'll be happy. I'll be having this thing to wear, then I'll be happy. I'll be having this food. And most people are looking for eat sugar because they are looking for love. They eat more because unfulfilled love. Enjoy the universe. Enjoy your senses without overindulging. But know that you are a spirit power. Exercise yourself, but do something for the spirit also. And the spirit doesn't need a lot. You don't need to be standing on your head and doing something, or you have to say good morning in a different manner, or do something different. But everything that you do it with the ulterior motive, with the hidden motive. Oh Lord, how can I serve? But the whole universe, your neighbor, your children, your husband who left or who came, or everything and everyone. The ant which bit you, and this and the person with the road rage on the everyone, and Trump and Biden and Hitler and everyone is a reflection of Lord, and your job is to ask them, oh Lord, how can I help you? So your communication is always going to be based on how can I help you? And your confidence will come from the fact that you will operate inside a body, which you are always doing, with a mindset, how can I help you? With an intellect, seeing grace in everything. Using the mantra to clean yourself. Om in the center of the universe will explode in the pineal gland so that all your memories are only of joy. That's what enlightenment is. When your heart is open, then you have the joy of life. Namo. And Shiva, whatever you say, if you say money, money, Om Namo money, soon you will start finding money. It's true. But is that your purpose on the planet? Because it means that that's what your final focus is. So you will say Om Namo money, or Om Namo sex, or Om Namo relationship, and you will have it. God will come in whichever form you prefer. But right now, if you want to be enlightened and have everything, the key to everything, the key to be joy, then you say Om Namo Shiva. And you can say, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on heaven as in earth. On this day give us our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those that trespass against us. Lead us from temptation, deliver us from evil. Thine is the power and the glory. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Feel the pulsing of the pineal gland. Feel it pulsing like a light bulb, flickering on, off, on, off, on, now. Om Namo Shiva. 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 As your pineal gland is activated with Om Namo Shiva, your heart also starts to open up. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo in the center of your heart. See yourself sitting and meditating, and see and bless yourself so that with the clarity in your mind of seeing everything and everyone as God, and yourself with the mission to serve everything and everyone. All your fears are removed, because fears are based on this will happen, that will happen. You are able to manage all situations, so now your confidence is glowing. Om Namo Shiva. And you are able to bless, especially the people who hurt you or the incidents that hurt you. And that's how you de-empower those thoughts in your head. Oh, I lost this, etc. See everything as a grace and bless everything so that you empower yourself and you heal yourself. Om Namo Shiva. And Shiva is By calling out to the infinity of love that is called Shiva, you become one with Shiva. Eternal grace and love. Om Namo Shiva. Om Om Namo Shiva. Om Shiva. See yourself and bless yourself. Time has no value, and you are right now omnipotent and omniscient. Bless yourself so that you let go of all your past, present, and future stress born out of fear, pain, anger, all those emotions which are misunderstood, or rather due to ignorance of your identifying yourself too much with the body which you inhabit, or the ego which you have, your style of thinking. Let go of your all pain, fear, anger, stress from the past, present, and future, and bless yourself to release all it all. And see yourself from tomorrow. Very strongly visualize that from tomorrow you are a smiling angel of love, unconditional love, giving, 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 only giving. You bless yourself and bless. Ira blesses herself and everyone blesses her. Heidi blesses herself and everyone blesses her. See yourself as smiling with a golden smile from tomorrow. Able to manage everything, communicating only love, functioning as a spiritual power. And the universe will help you in your mission, don't worry. Aksana, Om Namah Shiva, Om Namah Shiva. Rose, Om Namah Shiva, Om Namah Shiva. Marina, Om Namah Shiva. So everyone is blessing and seeing themselves from tomorrow as laughing, hearted, smiling. If you are praying to God and depressed and having heavy thoughts in your hearts means there is something wrong with your interpretation of God. God is pure, unconditional love, light, and laughter. Unconditional. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Everyone is blessing you and you bless yourself. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Gale, ti se благословляешь, и се тебе благословляют. Просто себе благословляешь, что с завтрашнего дня ты очень просто относишься ко всем поступкам твоей семьи. Служишь, продолжаешь, но без какой-то эмоции, что о, видел мне это, или какой-то жалости, о, я столько сделал, они мне не должны. Ничего, все. Дали возможность нам служить им, спасибо. Нет по себе на эксплуатацию, ну, не ожидайте. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. So that your heart is purely dancing. Bless yourself so that you will be a purely dancing heart, unconditional. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. So letting go of whatever happened in 1928 and 31 years and 2 months. Om Namah Shivaya. Laura, Om Namah Shivaya. Om. Okay, someone has asked for my email. I'll just type it. If you have any other questions, you can ask. Not then tomorrow, the next class is at 7 o'clock. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you.